Oh God.
All right, let's move on then. Termina.
I'll take it. I'll do this one.
You got it.
Termina
Hey.
released their new album, Dysphoria.
I'm trying to rationalize everything I fucked up, even though all the blame is in my name. I've got nothing to gain from admitting to myself and everyone else I made a mistake I can never take.
Didn't we just like make you just laugh like that bad?
No, it's that I repeated you saying Termina.
Oh, got it.
I was laughing at myself.
Got it. I understand.
Oh man. Speaking of metalcore-ass metalcore, fellas, this is some metalcore-ass metalcore.
It is metalcore.
Excellent analysis.
So this album feels like a very heavy Veil of Maya record.
Are you saying that, like, the implication with that statement is that Veil of Maya is not very heavy?
Okay, heavier.
Okay. Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think this maybe has more cleans than a heavier Veil of Maya record. I'm just thinking back to Matriarch and the one that came after that in 2017, the last album.
False
And I
Idol.
don't. Yes, False Idol. I don't remember there being a lot of cleans in those. Like, just overall, like there were a couple songs that had them, but I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I
It's
think
been
their
a while.
older stuff is even heavier. So maybe I'm just going off on the.
I don't know. Maybe we're just all thinking of Mikasa. This album is basically like Mikasa in some form or another, but like 10 times. Would that be a fair assessment, do you think? Actually, no, there's 11 tracks on this album. Is there 12? No, it's 11. Okay. Sorry, I had to count for a second there. I don't know. I think it's because it's very genty. Right? Like a lot of the riffs here are very like for lack of a better comparison, Veil of Maya-esque.
I also think the lyricism is very Veil of Maya.
Yes.
I'll pull. Okay, I thought you were gonna say no.
No, I agree for the most part. I think that there are instances in which Veil of Maya's lyricism is stronger.
Understandable.
But I'll get into that like later. What is your favorite song on this album?
Servant of Death.
Ooh, okay. Damn, I was hoping we'd have the same favorite song. I'm very sad now. But I do respect that choice. Jake, what is your favorite song off this album? I know. Just give me one.
Oh God, I think it's Moribund. I think that's the one I liked. Point
Poor
being,
Jake.
point
Poor Jake.
being, yeah. Poor Jake is a great way to describe it. I tried so hard to like this album, man. But it's too heavy for my taste. That's just plain and simple. That's all it is. This album was too heavy for me. I knew it was gonna be heavy going in, but I had faith in the Andy Cizek Queen vocals to maybe get me to like one of them.
Yeah, and then he dropped one too many gutturals, and Jake was like, "Yeah, I don't know about this one, man."
And then
when we listened to this album,
changed.
when we listened to this album together, Derek, that night,
Yeah,
that experience was like that was a roller coaster of emotion for me because it felt like almost every single song had its moment where I thought I was going to be liking the song, and then something would happen, and it's like, man. But like, that's no disrespect to either Andy or Nick Nocturnal. It's just like, it's just not for me. It's too heavy for me. I think it's fair to say this is probably the heaviest record that I've ever listened to.
So,
And, I mean, I don't. What other albums do you think would come close to it? Like,
I guess maybe the last one, Currents, maybe Aniline that we just talked about. But no, I think in terms of like how quote unquote low or heavy the vocals can get at times, I would probably say that this is, yeah. I gave it a shot.
I gave it a shot. I liked some parts of some songs, but ultimately it just doesn't come together for me.
Oh, we need that Chelsea Grin album to release so we can get Jake.
Yeah, big facts.
How about no?
This is about to become the not heaviest record real fast. I think that Jake's hopes that the Andy Cizek cleans would carry the record for him, and then simultaneously Andy Cizek being too heavy for him is a testament to how talented Andy Cizek is.
True, very
on
true.
This record. His range is mental. Like I mean, Andy aside, Nick his guitar playing in this is amazing.
Guitar work.
Like I have zero qualms with any riff, breakdown, solo, lead guitar, any of it. None of it. No instrumental qualms
Wait,
whatsoever.
Derek, you didn't say your favorite song, or if you did, I
Oh, it's
forgot,
Suffocate. Sorry. No, Suffocate.
Suffocate.
I think that Suffocate has all the best parts of Andy's range thrown into one song with enough deliveries that it keeps every bit of the song like interesting and fresh.
For what it's worth, I think Suffocate was the other song I almost liked from this album.
Okay. I'll take it. Moribund is my second favorite off the album, Jake. So I think we swapped 1 and 2s.
Hey.
And where's Servant of
if
Death?
Servant of
matters,
Death's top 5.
If it matters, my favorite was Desolate Spectre.
Yup.
Just because I listened to a single and everything else really didn't click with me. That one I could enjoy.
Yeah, it's a shame. I like this. So I think that like a lot of the songs here have their own personality, which is like very hard for a metalcore record to do. Like good metalcore records, every song has that one thing about them that like distinguishes it, and I feel like this album has that. If I have, well, Jacob, I want to hear any more positives that you have to say about this before I get into what I didn't like about this.
I don't know. I like it's not something like I'll go back and listen to a lot. Like I enjoyed it for what it is, but I'm not that high. Like the only song I saved is Servant of Death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like if I'm feeling like I need a good heavy metalcore or deathcore album, I'll go to this. But
yeah. So when we reviewed the Makari EP, I mentioned that my greatest like gripe with Andy's vocals was that they feel like they can be, despite his incredible range, very repetitive and one-noted. That like I think he is a great vocalist. I didn't really get a lot of variation on a lot of the songs in that Makari album. Like they all felt like they had the same tone, and so I was kind of like not feeling it as much as I was. Like I love Let Go and everything else is just kind of there. I feel like that's the same sort of thing with the tracks I don't like on this album. Like he's showcasing his range, but it gets to a point where he's doing the same tone for a while, and I'm like, okay, I've heard this. I need a variation in delivery here. And it either comes too slowly or not at all. Like, for me, like Miharu, for instance, it felt very like one-noted to me, even though there's a lot going on in the song. Like it all just kind of flowed together, but like if you were looking at it like one of those like graph wave things, you know what I'm talking about? Like the ones that go up and down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great. Yeah, this album reminds me of Nickelback. No, you know what it is? It's like a flat line on like a health monitor or whatever. That's kind of what it was. That like there wasn't a lot of like peaks and valleys for it. It was just kind of there. And then also too that like I feel like when you mentioned the Veil of Maya lyrics earlier, I feel like the lyricism is kind of weak and like impersonal at times. I think Moribund. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Era was quite as basic as some of this, but I mean that could also be personal bias showing. I think that this really is my greatest gripe with the album is the lyricism, especially in like Moribund.
Huh.
Like I love that song, but I looked up the rhyme scheme, or I looked up the lyrics and like wrote down the rhyme scheme, and it's all A, then B, D E D E F F. Like some sort of Shakespearean poem, right? And it's like I don't have an issue with the rhyme scheme. I have an issue that like the lyrics is I choke on the air, the doctors don't care. Like to me that's really a little yeah. And then it's I send up a prayer but nobody's there or something like that. I don't know. I wish there was a bit more lyrical depth and like creativeness in some of the songs here that would really like send this over the edge for me.
Also, it kind of reminds me, maybe, especially the song titles remind me of, what's that album called?
Who's it by?
Northlane.
Oh
with the
God!
Pyramid on it.
Node.
No,
Node.
it's the one with the
Mesmer.
pyramid. It's the one with the pyramid on it. No, I don't think.
It's what?
Could be.
Quantum Flux, Node, Mesmer,
Singularity.
Alien. Singularity, that's what it is. Thank you. Thank
There.
you.
Yeah. I feel like it's I don't know. Probably one of their influences, maybe. I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, overall, like this was a good metalcore album. I very much enjoyed it. I've got some issues with it that I don't know, like how much leeway I'm willing to give in terms of like enjoying this as a whole and looking past those bits. But like the fact that this is, I mean, they're both like music veterans, but the fact that this is their first like official album together, like as a project, is insane, and I'm just really excited to see what this project has in the future. Like if this is what we're getting out of the gate, then it's likely only up from here because they're just going to continue to grow as musicians. So